to say you are a dad of two, but you had to deal like a lot of baby experience in this film.
I managed to have two kids of my own, and I'm a dab hand with a nappy, but I've never been hit by friendly fire. But on that film set...
Because how many babies did you have?
4. We had 4 babies to make up the Superman character. It was a very, very hot set because, as you know, because you've seen it, suddenly there's a lot of light in there, you know? So it was a very hot set. And I've got the baby stretched out like that. He's naked, right? So when the first one started to piss, it's very unsafe, this thing here. Now he's slippery, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing I could do was like, come here, little mate. Oh, my God. Right, one costume ruined, right? The next one, he didn't do anything, but there was a lot of air involved. You know? So every time you're about to say, you know, something about the sacrifice of my son, and anyway, and the third baby, he was the one that it was a full evacuation. Full and absolute evacuation, like down my arm, just like, you know. The thing is, I love babies. I love being with babies, so that was fun. But then they brought the 4th baby out, and that baby had 3 legs. And I said to the director, I said, this one's Superman.
Now, children everywhere rejoice because with new Superman film comes new merchandise. And this hasn't been seen in this country. This is exclusive here. This is you, as Jor-El. Russell, that's beautiful, isn't it? Really nicely detailed. And now, it has...
Whose beard's that, though? Yeah. that's not how my beard looks.
It really is.
Captain Birdseye.
I thought it was Kenny Rogers' beard, actually.
There's a whiff of Kenny about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks a little bit like you, but it's beautiful in the detail, and, you know...
Beautiful.
That's a bit like found material, but the rest is lovely.
Yeah, and luckily for me, you can't get those undies off, can you, Graham?
No, I really can't. I've tried.
I bet you have thought...
I was here all afternoon. It's lovely. It's very nice. It's very nice, Russell. And Henry has an action figure as well. Yes, he does.
Oh, no.
It's just here.
You heard it here first. Mine is officially bigger than Russell's.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Actually, why don't we have it sitting next to us on the seat? There you go.
What a baby.
Actually, you know, Graham, I bought you a present.
Oh, do you know what?
This is my rugby league team in Australia, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. They've been around since 1908, but this is... wait, oh, there it is. Hello. Where's the old-fashioned red light, boys?
It's hidden, but it's that one, number 3. Right, okay. That one there, yeah.
Right, the red light's on the blink on that one. Get it fixed. Yeah, so this is the new generation with the gold lame rabbit, so I thought you'd like the gold lame rabbit.
You're going for a new target. Yeah, target market. Thank you very much. I'll pop it onto that.
All right. Just throw it up, of course.
Is that what you do?
Yeah,
Is that?
Both hands. Hey!
Just mocking me. Right, now, Russell, talk about Oscars, and you've been nominated many times, but obviously you won for Gladiator. Now, when you were working with Ridley Scott, it sounds like you contributed a lot to, like, Gladiator, the script and stuff, that a lot of it was you. Is that true, or...?
I mean, we started shooting that film with, I believe, about 21 pages that we had agreed on. Yeah. So after 10 days, we had nothing left to shoot. So, and I would never, ever recommend that you make a movie that way. It's just the way Ridley likes to make a movie. You know, Ridley likes to sort of, like, feel it as he's doing it, and you know, he'll get to a point where the character goes, I need a moment for this character that gives me that. You know, so then he'll go and hunt down what that's going to be.
And didn't you just chuck in your old school motto and things?
Yeah, well, that's where Strength and Honour came from. My school motto was Veritate et Virtute. Truth and virtue, right? So I said to Ridley, I want the character to say something like that, you know? When he greets soldiers from his regiment and stuff, you know, he should say that when he's leaving them. You know, that's his his sort of thing, you know. So, and I said, I want him to say, Forza Aeonorum. And really goes, what does that mean? I said, it means strength and honour. He goes, say that.
So was that Sydney Boys High?
Sydney Boys High, yeah.
Sydney Boys High. Now, you weren't quite as good as Fat Cavill at school. You were good. We heard about your fluidity and control and everything, yeah. And then you grew. It's all happy now. But you smoked as a schoolboy.
I did. See, my dad ran pubs, you know, so I was in an environment of smoke-filled rooms from a very young age. So this terrible habit has stuck with me, but I was committed to it even as a young guy in high school, you know, but I couldn't afford, like, packets of cigarettes at the time, you know. So I used to take 2 cigarettes to school, 3 matches, and a piece of flint off the matchbox, right? So I'd put the cigarettes in my sock, and I'd have the flint and the matches in the pocket of my trousers. And at that stage, you know, we had to wear suits at school, and their linings were always made of nylon, right? And I was sitting in music class. I was sitting in music class one day, and we were doing something, I don't know, tate with the rhythms or whatever, and I ended up banging my leg. I went, and I melted the inside of my nylon lining right all around my bits and pieces. That was a very uncomfortable thing for about 3 weeks.
Do you still have pieces down there?
I do. They didn't burn off altogether. just the first foot. Just let him do the dick jokes,
No, I meant pieces of nylon.
Oh, nylon.
Like when you... Never mind.
Yeah.
We can move off of that.
I wasn't wearing nylons. That came later. That came later when I was doing the Rocky Horror Show.
Now, we established you liked the Twitter, and on Twitter there was a thing about your costume in Les Miserables.
Yeah.
There's this picture of you in costume. Oh. Do you know the Twitter, the thing I mean?
Yeah, a guy sent it to me, and I thought it was so funny I retweeted it.
Yeah, was it a German fan or something?
I think so.
Yeah, he basically he saw a similarity between this and... It's good.
So I retweeted that, right?
Yeah.
And then Britney Spears tweets me and says, "Yeah, let's get together and, like, do a song." And I was like, "This is a joke, love."
Did she think you'd dress up as a tribute act?
I think
You were touring Australia.
Yeah, what'd she say, to do a toxic song, work song mashup or something? I didn't know what it meant.
God bless her.
But I would really love
It
to
was
see
lovely
you
that
do
she got
like
in
that
touch.
choreography from like Hit Me Baby one more time. You'd be very good at that.
Let's have a talk after. I think I've got my costume somewhere.
Now, Amy Adams, 4 times nominated for Oscars. All
Yes,
very good
sir.
with Junebug, Doubt, The Fighter, The Master. Love them, but nothing for Enchanted. Which seems great, because that was such an amazing performance in Enchanted. They're not ever nothing.
Thank you.
And a bit, I suppose, like Henry. So Henry's now Superman, but to an awful lot of children, you are the princess.
Absolutely. I think there are a lot of people. I mean, it's fantastic, and I absolutely loved it, and it's never been a burden, and it's been great. It is weird because in life I tend to walk around without a stitch of makeup and kind of looking a bit homeless. And so it's sometimes disappointing because kids won't necessarily recognize me, but their parents will, and they'll tell these poor children that I'm Giselle. They're very disenchanted. I have to get down in a very Giselle voice and say, "I'm in disguise." They buy it. Oh. So it's good. Yeah.
Therapy later.
Exactly.
That is going to mess with her head. But she said. So
It's better than me getting down and being like, "It's not real, honey."
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? That'd be horrible.
The other thing we must talk about is just because I love that, The Fighter. It's such a great, great film.
Thank
and you're
you.
so good in it.
Thank you.
I guess if it's called The Fighter and it's about boxing, you imagine it'll all be Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg. But
Yeah.
the women, all the women in that movie,
yeah.
are just stunning. And the sisters
Yeah.
Because
They're like for real, right?
yeah, like
Like you get all Boston. I'm like, yeah, they're like for real. Yeah, they were like, for
did
real.
you meet the real sister? Did you meet the real sister?
No, but that's the thing. They are. You're like, Amy, you already said that. Yeah, no, I did meet them, and they were for
like
real.
that.
No, they were awesome. No, they were really like that, and it was really interesting to meet this whole family and like to meet Charlene, and she was like, I don't know why you had me getting in a fight. I never got in a fight, except once in a bar, I guess. I didn't that one time when I cracked that bottle over that girl's head. I was like,
That'll be a fight.
yeah, no, and I swore a lot in that movie, which was, like, I swear in real life, but I'm kind of polite, so I don't tend to swear in public if I can help it. And it was really funny because David was like, yeah, more swear words out the window, and I could not figure it out. And like, I was like, I run out of swear words. And he was like throwing ideas up to me, like, try cocksucker. No, like effing cocksucker. I don't try, and I refuse the C word, which in America is a bad word, so I'm not going to say it, even though we're in England. So
And actually, can I just say, on television here, it's still quite bad. I have two dogs that need to eat, okay?
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that one's not coming out of my mouth. But yeah, I ran out of swear words. It was very funny.
And now, but what was the other odd thing in The Fighter where the really specific kissing?
Yeah.
What was that about?
David O. Russell has a thing with tongue.
Okay.
Yeah, he likes to see it. He's like a 1980s music video or something. Like that's what he wants. Yeah.
So that's
I tried that with Henry. It didn't work.
No.
They were like, ooh, what's that? Oh my God.
Too much.
Can you imagine? I'm coming across like such a creeper. Poor Henry. Like,
I know, it's awful.
no, but I talk to other people like, oh, Henry's beautiful and he's such a nice guy and this, but then you say it in front of him and then you feel like really creepy.
Yeah.
He's so good looking and he's so creepy. Yeah, exactly.
Because actually, poor Henry though, because in the Tudors, you had a lot of sex scenes.
Yes.
But but you didn't. And no one's complaining.
But it's terrible. Those girls' heads are cut out of the photograph. Oh, come on, England. Catch up to the rest of the world. It's page 3 material.
But it's true, you didn't like you didn't like it.
Well, it's. I mean, when you think of, you know, having sex with someone, you're normally alone. Where normally.
I normally You know me so well already, Henry.
In this case,
There would be no one else with you, Graham.
Sure not. But when you're on set, you've got at least sort of 12 very heavily set men watching you, and it's not comfortable. And you know, things aren't happening as naturally as they should. So things are. You know, there's a lot of this. And that's not comfortable either.
What is that?
Just, what is
Like, what is that?
Okay, guys, stop
right.
it, both of you. It's just a question. Yeah, we're representing Man of Steel.
Yes, we are.
And so, yeah, they tend to be very uncomfortable, and it's just one of those things. Not nearly as sexy as one may imagine.
Yeah.
And Russell, you've kissed many famous actresses over the years, but in interviews you always cite one